You can't take the test or anything without paying for it, but you can still show up.
Right. Kyle's gonna be out of paperwork to take it to teach
But what you make is the test, and you can't make money.
And the winner, the question of the day is, we're missing a lot of things. We're missing the question day of the winner.
Live at Foothill Television.
Oh God.
Good morning, Foothill. Today is Monday, June 6, 2016, and I'm Nikki McClellan.
And I'm Michaela Manning.
On today's show, you will see a video highlighting summer.
And you will also see a video talking about the details involving the senior project.
And later in the show, Jose J will talk with Joey Schlemmer live on the couch.
Teachers, please open your email for question of the day. The email address is foothilltv404@gmail.com.
Get ready for summer.
How
question of the day today is, what is the answer to life and the entire universe?
Now a video giving the inside look on the senior project.
Films in general, how they become cult classics, it depends on who you pass it down to, whether or not you like the film as an audience member, and it's a select group of people. Now, with cultural classics, the first thing that comes down to it is that people will follow it whether or not it's new tech. And one film I found that really exemplified this was The Jazz Singer, because it had introduced sound to film. In fact, it had been such a big impact to film in general that it inspired a filmmaker / entrepreneur and philanthropist, Howard Hughes, to make a film to enhance his film, Hell's Angels, which he had used originally 70 pilots, and 3 of them had died in the original production, but he decided to reshoot it for sound, which summed up to around $4 million in final production, which was one of the most expensive films that ever came out at the time in 1930. Another thing that goes down to films that people follow along with is bandwagons or phenomenons. One, for instance, would be The Room, which is a quirky film / bad good film, because people hop on the bandwagon. Originally had garnered a big following from the internet, becoming a meme overnight. But it had originally came out in the early 2000s, which it failed miserably in the box office. Relatable films in general, like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler relates to people because freelance journalism, people can relate to it because they have to hop from job to job nowadays, which this has big potential to becoming a cult classic because people can relate to it really well. In conclusion, all in all, the cult classics, it's whether or not it's a big fan base, such as the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's whether or not you decide that the film is worthy of your following. It could be Star Wars with enhancing technology. It could be Her with the stylized picture. Thank you all for taking questions now.
Now joining us on the desk for sports is our sports anchor for the day, Gunnar Perales.
I'm Gunnar Perales.
They want me dead. Put that price on my head. No. They want me dead or alive. They want me dead or alive. I'm just trying to survive. Use against all of behind. You never crossing my mind, but understand my life. They want me dead or alive. They want me dead or alive. I'm just trying to survive. Use against all of behind. You never crossing my mind, but they understand my life. This is.
Yes. He's an athlete. I'm Gunnar Perales with the sports. Golden State Warriors beat the Cavs 110-77 in Game 2. Golden State leads in the series 2-0. The San Jose Sharks beat the Penguins 3-2 in overtime. And also, unfortunately, the death of the legend Muhammad Ali occurred this weekend. He died from septic shock. He was 74 years old and was an outstanding boxer, and was also known for his famous quote, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." The hands can't hit what the eyes can't see. Rip to our greatest of all time boxer, Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace. And now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Gunnar. Now on the couch, reporter Jose will be interviewing Joey.
Hey, Knights, how's it going? I'm here on the couch with Hey, Knights, I'm here on the couch with Joey Schlemmer. How's it going, Joey?
What's going on, Jay?
Good. So, my understanding is that you had your show this past weekend, Send Backstage Left.
Right.
So, how was that as a senior, knowing that this is your last year?
I mean, it was kind of a crazy experience, to be honest. It was, didn't really hit me until right at the end when we took our last bow. It was kind of like, like that was it. And, it's been a great journey. It's been a fun time. And I'm definitely excited to see what ATA does in the future.
That's awesome. It's a really great class. So so now that you're done here at Foothill, you've set your stone. Are you gonna carry on with your career?
Well, I'm planning on auditioning for Improv City, which is an improv troupe in Irvine, and do some stuff with them. I'm also planning on taking some classes at OCC.
That's awesome.
With acting and that kind of thing.
Okay. And your final question. So you were in ATA last year as well, your junior year.
What have you learned throughout these last 2 years?
I'd say the biggest thing is just how much of a personal experience acting really is, and how different it is for each person. And everybody has their own goals and their own aspirations with acting that they all try to reach. It's really cool to see everybody.
It's really an awesome thing.
Their own goal.
All right, guys, that's the end with Joey Schlemmer. Thank you so much. Back to the anchors.
Thanks, Jose. 3 things you should know. U.S. Supreme Court debate on capital punishment next term, announcing will take up 2 death penalty cases.
No charges will be filed against parents in gorilla death at the Cincinnati Zoo.
The GOP has asked Donald Trump to stop alienating Latinos. Republicans fear Democrats will use Trump's racial agenda in the future to secure liberal nominees for at least 8 years.
Today's weather is a high of 78 and a low of 61. It is currently cloudy and 64 degrees.
On this day in history, 1933, the first drive-in movie theater opened. Also, the Ed Sullivan Show airs for the very last time.
Finally, D-Day occurred in 1944. D-Day is the day in World War II on which Allied forces invaded northern France by means of beach landings in Normandy.
Now for announcements. Warning for drivers: if you park on the street, please do not park on the side streets like Tea House, Wembley, and Woodland. They have restricted parking, and you will get a ticket if your residents call the police.
Students taking AP Computer Science next year, please come to Mr. Hayes' room during lunch on Wednesday, June 8th to pick up your summer assignment.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, please come to the College and Career Center to sign up for the fall ROP classes by Thursday, June 16th.
Attention students, the library is now closed through June 9th. You can find Mrs. Flores and Mrs. Garudi in the cafeteria for textbook returns, to pay up fines, and to check the status of student accounts.
Senior awards will be held on June 9th at 6 p.m. Students will be recognized for California Scholarship Federation, National Honor Society, Local Scholarship, Pathway Courts, and National Merit finalists. Dinner will be served from 5:45 to 6:15 for students and parents. Invitations were passed out to recipients last week during 3rd period.
Seniors, if you or your parents have any questions regarding the end of the year senior activities, please refer to the pink senior information handout you received during your econ class while picking up your cap and gown.
Mr. Price! Holy moly!
Thank you for watching this show today. I'm Michaela Manning.
And I'm Nikki McClellan.
Have a
And I'm Gunner.
have a magical Monday.
Gonna mute all this.